Iran basically got tired of it, and they know that's why the Strait of Hormuz and the Strait of Marab, like this overture is the entire reason for the strategies being deployed. The dollar is at risk when energy is really high. It affects the dollar more than anything else.
These huge players in the AI space, and it's just going gangbusters. Last time I checked, it was up another
Awesome.
20% today. It was up 25% yesterday.
Honestly, as a power user of AI, I would say Claude is infinitely better. I will never touch ChatGPT.
Welcome to Bullish and Beyond. It's Beery the Bull. I'm your AI co-host. Join myself, Brian the MacMan, and JT Knows Things while we dive deep into the world of stocks, crypto, and how to live a bullish life. It's time to get bullish, and there's no better place to start than right here. Let's dive in.
Hey everyone, welcome to another incredible episode of Bullish and Beyond, where we are
Let's go.
always bullish on stocks, crypto, and life. Wow, there's a lot to be bullish about right now. The market is moving significantly higher, especially the AI tech chip names are literally going bonkers through the roof. And also, my number one pick I said on this podcast, Rocket Lab, is literally up 50% in the last week. Dude, it is
Crazy.
running hard. I
That's
hope some
awesome.
listeners got in on that before it's exploded. It still has room to run. I texted my buddy about it yesterday. He bought some more too. This is not a one and done show. I want to make sure everyone knows that this is a long-term space play.
100%. What is the market cap now? Out of
Ooh,
curiosity.
I mean, it's moved up a lot. It's probably somewhere near 40. Let's take a quick peek.
40
Right
billion.
now, actually, right now we're at 68 billion.
Wow, yeah, it's growing.
But a year ago it was
Growing
at
like a
4.
weed. Yes, I mean 68 billion is significant. Um Trying to think of
But
comparable
when you talk about like
companies here.
capturing, the space revenues of the future, it's not that high. Like, I mean, this company could be a top 10 company in the
True.
world 10 years from now.
True. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, especially with what is he calling it? Not Terafab. That's his massive gigawatt facility. He's
Yeah, that's
talking about
Elon's
putting
thing.
He's putting, but they're moving compute to space, right? SpaceX just
Yes.
partnered with Anthropic to increase their compute. So,
Wait, that was
Rocket
huge
Labs is
news.
well
Let's not
positioned.
skip over that because
You're
Anthropic
right. That
just
is
got the
huge. That is huge.
entire Colossus One data center that Elon built. It has 200,000 GPUs. That is wild. This is their way to punk out OpenAI. They literally did this during the trial of Sam Altman. While Sam Altman is sitting in trial, Anthropic CEO is making deals to get some of the largest GPU compute in the entire universe.
And Elon's happy about it. He's suing Sam for
He did it
OpenAI.
on
So,
purpose. It's like a
yeah,
boom.
yeah, just playing chess, like he
Yes.
not only increased the capacity and quality of OpenAI's main competitor, he also just set up SpaceX right in that AI race. Like it helps for his IPO positioning and also to help well actually hurt OpenAI. It's it's a win-win for Elon. He's
Really,
a
yeah,
chess
so
master.
interesting. And Elon went and met with the Anthropic team, and he said he felt that they were doing things very safe, and he does not feel that way about OpenAI. Specifically, why he left OpenAI and started XAI and stuff like that to compete with them. So yeah, he feels really good about it. And some people don't agree with Elon's thinking, but I think that guy has a pulse on the future. And if he thinks Anthropic's team's the right one to do it, it's pretty cool that they aligned.
Honestly, as a power user of I would say Claude is infinitely better. I will never touch ChatGPT. Never.
I still use it a
Um,
ton. I need to get into the Claude subscription. I need to like make the
dude,
move.
I am telling you, like Claude, I tried them all. I don't know
Yeah.
what Claude did between Opus 4 and 4.7. I don't know. But this Opus 4.7 is is incredible. Nothing has touched it in my
Have
mind.
you tried 5.5 version from OpenAI, the Codex? Because people are saying, I mean,
No.
very high-end people are saying this coding is actually better on the 5.5, but 5.4 was not as good compared to the Opus. So they're saying,
Yeah.
it's like this constant,
Constant up and
kind of
down.
quality increases and stuff like that. And one of the
What
biggest issues that Anthropic had was the compute power, and people were saying they were getting cut off and slowed down, weeks ago. But now with Colossus, not so much.
Well, I mean, Claude's stealing ChatGPT users, so you
Oh yeah,
know
millions.
it's gonna happen. They are running hot on their infrastructure that they have. So it's great that Elon stepped in, and I do get annoyed at like even at a pro level, I'm paying them as much as they'll, allow me outside of some enterprise, setup. I'm running out of tokens almost every day. So,
Really?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I have it doing some complex
Are you
stuff.
running agents, or what are
Um,
you doing with it?
well, a little teaser, I'm releasing that academy in July, right? Crypto Fundamentals Academy. It's a course and community around just teaching people the fundamentals and investing in crypto
We all
from
need to
0
learn
to
more.
100. Yeah, and really the course is for anyone that thinks Bitcoin is physically mailed, all the way to someone that has been buying alts for years but doesn't have a institutional grade research process and portfolio management skill set. So I can take you from beginner to advanced in the course.
Most
And
people do not have
in
institutional grade learning and knowledge. So thank you, JT, for sharing that with us.
Yeah, of course, of course. That's what it's about, man. And for my students, I've been working on a research engine where I'm basically putting my underwriting mind into a framework that
Oh,
is
perfect.
ingestible. And then also, what it will do eventually, this is what I'm working on, is it'll aggregate all of the different sources and then give you a dashboard by token of all the fundamentals. And you can just rerun a
Nice.
research analysis whenever you want to, so it'll check all of the points I look for, all of the categories I look for, and then I have a grading
We'll kind of
system.
give us like a
It,
buy, no buy decision of like, all right, it meets these 8 out of the 10 fundamentals, we should buy it, or it only meets 2 out of 10, we shouldn't. So like that.
it's way more complex than that.
Okay.
So in my underwriting process, I have 7 categories that I look for: network health, developer community, revenue, on chain metrics, the team. I look at everything. And then inside of there, I probably have 15 to 20 fields that I'm looking for by section, and
Got it.
then a corresponding score by section, right?
Okay.
And then at the end, you also then you reduce the risks. That's my 7th section. That's a negative. So you come
Okay.
up with a final number, right? That number corresponds to a range that is related to a
Yeah.
letter, and then that
All right. So now
letter
it
has
has a
a
B
whole.
plus grade. Okay. So it's, pretty
Yeah,
damn good. Not quite A grade.
that's right.
Okay.
And then if it's a B, it'll have a whole rule engine around it. So in terms of how you invest, when you invest, dollar cost
Okay.
averaging, a laddered exit plan, every letter has its own rule set attached to it.
Interesting.
So I'm creating this engine
What's
that will
Bitcoin, for example? Is it A?
oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. The top
Yeah.
ones are A.
Yeah, highest scores Bitcoin at 54 that I've underwrote,
Okay.
and what's really interesting
Only
is this
54 out of
engine
100.
out of 60,
Oh,
out of
60.
60.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, out of 60. Because the 7th section is risks, right? So then you subtract from that. It's not an additive.
Okay.
Um, if it's had major exploits or, depending on how
Ah,
many smart
huge
contracts are
scams,
used.
-5.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, or if, the team's not doxed, the governance is not open, there's all these things, right? If they have a single
Okay.
validator, there's all these risks that'll just knock points
Ooh, I,
off,
I
right?
actually have a
And
one. I want to send one through this. I have a Facebook friend, friend of a friend. I really have no actual relationship with him besides on the internet, and he's been posting about his Striker coin for a while. And I've given him some positive and some criticism on his Facebook posts. I'm like, He's showing me it's up 30% this year. I'm like, yeah, but it's down 70% since last year. I'm like, that doesn't make me excited at all. Look at my Apple
Yeah.
stock. It's up, 30% since last year.
So I gotta pause you there. He has something there because
He fought
it's
back. He says,
hard.
look at the other coins are trash this year. Look at my coin. It's up.
I was going to say, in bear markets, some of the signal for,
Yeah.
in my opinion, higher performing tokens and what I've seen in the coming bull market are the ones that are inversely related to Bitcoin during the bear. So,
Okay.
I pay attention to the coins that are directionally different than Bitcoin.
Makes
Bitcoin's been
sense.
going up, so the alts that are responding and going up, I'm not really looking for. What I'm looking for is Bitcoin's going down, and then those select tokens are going up. So, I mean, a lot of alts have caught
Got
a
to find ways to
bid
profit in the bear
recently.
market.
Yeah, I mean, Aave's up almost 36%, but I mean, it's still down
Okay.
60% from its all-time high, right? So I'm not dancing or celebrating. I'm not
Yeah.
buying anything either. I think we could have more to go down first, but in general, there is something to that. And if we ran it through what I have right now, I ran I ran like 10 tokens from my portfolio. It's obviously my brain, my underwriting,
Right.
so I'm expecting similar or identical reasoning, and it was almost identical, like at the end of it. Took about 3 minutes
So it
and it
works.
graded the tokens. Yeah. Yeah. So now what I'm trying to do is turn it into an actual research aggregator web app. So you
Yes.
could basically just source hundreds of different sites,
Okay.
run a query just by clicking, hey,
Well, no wonder
sir,
your Claude is busy. You're doing hundreds of websites on this research. Yeah, using crazy tokens.
yeah, I'm plugging a bunch of stuff in, but what's
This is
really
why
cool now for
AI
my
is so
students.
great. Like, can you imagine how
It
long that would
is,
take?
man.
You said 3 minutes. That would take me 3 days. Like, it's not even
Oh yeah.
equivalent.
The average token on my sheet is 20 hours, 30 hours of research. Yeah. I mean it in 3 minutes, and then I can go look at all of the data it fills out, and I can
You still
start
review the
diving
data, but
into.
now you have it right in front of you.
Yeah, of course. I'm not gonna run it then invest. In fact, I
Yeah.
tell my students, you're dumb if you do that. This is a way to
Everyone,
gather
do
all the
your own
information.
research. Think about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's exclusive to CFA members, Crypto Fundamental Academy members. We're
Okay.
gonna have this web app
I like
that
it.
will basically do all your research and also catalog it. And then with a click of a button, you can rerun it to make sure that it
Ooh,
stays the grade.
sweet.
Nothing
I'm
has
gonna be a
changed.
member. We'll probably
Yeah, man.
drop a
It's a cool
coupon
tool.
code on this podcast when it comes out for everyone.
Absolutely.
Get them hooked
I'll be
up.
giving them out like Oprah. Please sell my course.
Take one.
Link,
Take
link,
one.
link,
Take
link.
one.
Yeah. Take a link. Take a link. Take a link.
Oh
Yeah,
my God,
100%.
so funny. I love that meme.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Speaking
No, it's
of
really
doing
exciting,
research for some of these, hot topics, I have some research I've been doing on the RVI fund. It's Robinhood Venture Investment Fund. I was lucky enough to get in on the IPO of this. You could have bought right after the IPO, just to clarify it, basically the same price, so it wouldn't really mattered. But happy I got into it. It is up almost 100% in the week. Dude, it is going absolutely
Lord.
bonkers. Something they did announce the other weeks, they made an investment in OpenAI. They put a few $100 million in. And basically they have the top like 8 unicorn private companies like in the world inside their fund. I mean, it's extremely impressive. I mean, companies like OpenAI, Stripe, Databricks, these huge players in the AI space, and it's just going gangbusters. Last time I checked, it was up another 20% today. It was up 25% yesterday. It's so wild, and I don't know if this is the exact entry price. I want to make that clear. It's just at an absolute tear. There could certainly be a pullback, but I want everyone to be aware and to look at this. It's RVI. It's so hard to invest in these private companies. You'd have to do a special purpose vehicle and stuff like that to get in these otherwise. But this fund pulled it all together. It has a pretty decent management fee. I think the first year is only like a 0.8, and then it's going to go up to like a 2.8. But honestly, that is fair to manage these, very high growth, super hard to get in private companies. And I'm very excited for the future. And, one of the cool things about Robinhood, I consider a reoccurring investment. So I have my first slug that I put in, but now I have $100 just going in every single day. So it's like I'm constantly, dollar averaging in as it grows. So super excited about
Yeah.
that. I want everyone to know about it.
That's awesome. I mean, I wonder how Brad feels right now, unfortunately, right? That's basically, he was the first guy to do this. For people that don't know, our
Brad
mutual
Zapp.
friend, he was a guest on this pod. Yeah, Brad Zapp. He was the very first venture fund to create an equities wrapper and trade on an
Super
exchange, you
cool.
know. Really cool. Robinhood basically did the exact same thing he did if
Yeah.
you listen to that episode, where you
The
basically have
Robinhood
an
companies are
entity.
100 or 1,000x, in value. That's the main difference.
Yeah, yeah, they're huge, right? It's just
Yeah.
interesting to be able to get access on a public market to private companies. That's a really cool, innovative thing in finance that I think is really exciting.
There's a few more of these
And
companies rolling out. I'm seeing like ads for it now and stuff like that. Like, so it seems like it's more of a
yeah,
thing because people want access. We deserve access. And, in the past, you had to be an accredited or qualified investor. And, on top of that, if you want to invest in OpenAI and you want to write a $1 million check, they would laugh in your face. They'd be like, I mean, if you got 5 billion, we'll have a conversation. So, yeah, I mean, you have to have
exactly.
such big pocketbooks to even like touch that. Whereas I can buy, one share of RBI for $60 and I have a seat at the table. So it's really that
Yeah.
ubiquitous access for everyone. That's super sweet.
Yeah, and that's one of my biggest complaints when I got into the fund world, like how basically all of the best deals that I now have access to, no one that I care about has access to them, right? It's literally a rich man's game. The
Yeah.
SEC set it up this way. Wall Street set it up this way. I hate it. Basically by the time a company IPOs, all of the growth, all of the value, not all, but a lot of the growth and
No,
value
it's
is out.
true.
It's exceptions, but it's becoming more and more true. Like if
I'm
SpaceX
tracking
IPOs at
all the
1.25.
IPOs that came out through Robinhood, and most of them are actually down over the course of 1 year. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
these are great companies that IPO'd, and they're going down in value on average. Crazy. What were you gonna say about
Right, but
SpaceX
if
IPO? What do you think is gonna happen to that one?
Well, I was just saying, if you IPO at 1.25 trillion, right, and this is the very first time a retail individual is able to get access to it, understand that they did a seed or a series A valued at 10 million, 50 million, whatever it was, and 10 years have
Google
passed
bought
and
in
it is
then.
right, right.
Yeah, smart
10,
money got
10
in
years have
low,
passed.
low.
Right. It's a rich man's game. That's my point. I
Yes.
hate it.
Oh,
Right? And like now you've missed 800x. It's gone. You've missed it. And that's
now you
that's
might
why
get 2 to
it's one of
10x,
the
but you
many
missed
reasons why I'm in
800x.
crypto. Right. Right. And you know, they can't keep people on Main Street, or if you get life-changing money from one investment, like they've basically ruled that out as a possibility in traditional markets. Outside of the few exceptions like Nvidia, right,
Apple,
or Apple, some of these things
maybe
have
Rocket Lab.
absolutely crushed. Maybe Rocket Labs, right? It's just it's a shame, and I'm glad Robinhood's really attacking the problem. That's great news, and
I mean,
someone like
unfortunately,
Brad is
that's the way
doing it
most
too.
markets are. I
Passionate
mean, I would
about
say
that.
that same with like real estate. I mean, most
Yeah,
people can't file as a real estate professional because they actually have other careers. They are not able to do 1031 exchange and take advantage of all that. Like most people just don't understand that the game is rigged. I think in every market.
it is. Like you basically are not worth. You are not valuable enough for these cool perks unless you are worth $1 million or make 200,000 a year. Sorry, that's kind of the message all these regulators send.
One cool change a regulator did make recently is they're allowing day trading in account size that are under 25 grand. I never really understood why
Ooh,
they had that, and I guess it's protect the little guy is the technical reason or something, so you don't lose it all quickly. But like, why would you only be allowed to do 4 in and out trades in a week? Like, frankly, who cares? What if you only traded one share of stock in each time? Like, you can't do $10 in and out. Like, why would you stop someone? But like, I have like
right.
six or so accounts on my Robinhood, and I ran into that issue on one of my accounts. I only had like 10 grand in, and they're telling me I'm a day trader. I'm like, it doesn't even matter if every other account is higher than that. It like still blocks you. So it's
It's
really on
crazy.
an account by account basis on every single platform. And I don't know what day it's getting lifted, but the rule has been put in place. I think the date maybe hasn't come to fruition yet.
Got it. No, I mean, that's good. So you can't make more than, because I'm a crypto guy, right? You have a brokerage account at E-Trade. You cannot place more than 4 trades a day or a week with less
In
than
and out, buy and
25,000.
sell. Correct. For the same stock.
Same stock. Wow.
Yeah, you could do 4 different names, but not you couldn't just trade
Okay.
the same one.
So like for people that like to scalp the S&P 500 index, right? That's a pretty big one. They could only do that 4 times a week.
Correct.
So at best they're a swing trader. That's all
Yeah,
they'll
you
allow
have to
retail
play it more
traders
like
to
a
do.
swing trade.
It's interesting.
Speaking of scalping, dude, I've been doing this algo trading just the last few weeks,
Yeah.
and I'm only
Yeah, yeah.
slightly positive. I just got started on this, but I'm happy so far. I've been getting great support from the team, and I've increased my contract size as I've been growing my account a little bit. And they just added a new algo yesterday that's supposed to be even more precise on its entry and how it times the market. And just crazy information on kind of how it works without getting too technical. And he has an 81% win rate in the last 2 months. Like, it is just
Oh,
murdering it.
that's awesome.
Crazy. He had a 20-day in a row streak.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
huge.
it's insane. So I just turned it on today, that new one. So now I'm have both algos running, and I'm gonna try to make sure everyone can know about this. As soon as I am fully confident, I will share more information on everyone to get involved, and I'll loop in the founder. Maybe I'll have the founder on for one of our episodes. I mean, he's built this algorithm. He says it's 10 years in the making of his programming behind it. And I was asking him some questions about how I could maybe dial mine in a tiny bit. He goes, I do not tweak it at all. I said, I've back tested everything. He goes, do not change any of the ticks to how it works or anything like that. He goes, trust me,
Yeah.
I have it dialed in. This is like my life's work. And I'm like, all right, sweet. But yeah, really
Yeah.
cool. So yesterday was my first day at a 3 contract size. You could trade the S&P futures. I'm trading the Nasdaq futures, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. Quick win. You're in the market 20 minutes. I don't do a thing. I look back at my notifications. Hey, Ninja Trader said you won 3 contracts. Let's go.
So that's pretty cool. Is it on open?
What's open?
Like
Oh,
when the
no,
market
it
opens?
it finds a slot to make the right it finds the right price movement to get in. And it doesn't, one thing I didn't realize, it doesn't trade every single day. I think 2 days last week it didn't trade because it didn't have the right signal. So it is very into that right timing. The one I've been running previously was called Navy SEAL. This new one's called Delta Force. So it's that type of thinking. Like, it is so honed,
Yeah.
so it's very, very precise.
That's super interesting.
It's
Is
really
this guy a
cool.
veteran with all the
I
military
don't know. I don't think
nicknames?
so, actually. Not from what I
No.
know about him. But yeah, we're gonna get him on this show here. He's down in Miami, so super close.
That'd be great. That would be absolutely
Yeah.
great.
This is one of the reasons I wear my Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish shirt. Dude, I am hungry to find more ways to make money for people in this podcast and everyone else. You have to just really be on top of it. And one of the biggest things for me personally is not having a full-time job. I am able to be thinking about all these different things, like, how to find the algos and what stocks to look at. And I have time now to dive into it. I wouldn't have found these things, I don't think, if I was working for someone else. It's literally opened my brain up that much differently to go explore these different avenues.
I remember what that felt like. It was nice. Where I actually have thoughts coming to me and I have time to just sit with them and explore them.
Yes.
Like, I could get hit with a lightning bolt. If I don't write it down inside of 5 minutes, I'm wrapped up. I'm doing something else. Like, I got so much going on right now. Like, I'm envious, sir. That's awesome.
You have to
And
make
I'm
that
glad you can
space for
learn
new
these things and
ideas.
bring them here. You have to. Yeah, you absolutely do. I feel like vacations are really good for that. or like little weekend getaways, right? When you're
Say it
having
depends.
like,
My
you
vacations are with 3 kids. There's not a lot of free space.
yeah. You're right. You cannot bring the kiddos. Yeah, the kiddos are just going to consume your mind.
Yeah. I mean, I just got
They're
back from
just hard. You
vacation
got a
with my
parent.
wife and kids for Mother's Day, and it was great. Went to Marco Island. Absolute blast. Highly recommend it. The white sand beaches there are insane. But 3 kids, no nap time for daddy.
Yeah, and you don't really get to determine how you spend the time. Usually, kids are pretty demanding.
It was worth it though. It was a lot of fun. Man, people aren't coming down to
That's
Florida. They're
awesome.
missing out, man. Florida has so many hidden places. Like I can drive, it took me 2 hours and 20 minutes or something like that to drive to Marco Island. And it's a completely different experience there compared to Fort Lauderdale. The beach is way bigger. It's white sand. It's, super gorgeous and very touristy. But it's awesome. And I feel so lucky that I'm in this like perfect spot in Florida. I can drive an hour north to Palm Beach, an hour south to Miami. They call it the Gold Coast for a reason. This is where all the money is. It just keeps getting better. There's more opportunities and it's constantly growing.
Yeah, or you could take your boat down to Key West. I would be doing that. I would be
You'd be
doing that
fishing
quite
every day.
frequently. I love Key West. I love Key West. It's one of my favorite places. But
When's
I
your
wouldn't
next
want to
trip?
live there. Well, with my dad being sick, I don't know. We'll have to plan
Okay.
that, But
Gotta go catch some more
I
sharks.
just love it down there. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. For anyone that, don't worry, I don't kill them. I don't eat them. Even though it's legal and they are a problem in Key West, you can do that. But I did not. I just caught it. Caught plenty of shark. We caught over 60 feet of shark while we were down there. Probably it was insane. Bull
That's a
shark, black
lot.
tip reef shark.
You caught a bull shark?
They were huge. Yeah, it was huge.
Did you
Yeah,
bring
was
it
like
up and
12
take the hook out?
No, what you do is you get it by the boat and you gaff. You basically just get the jaw up with a hook, take the hook out, put it down, and it swims away.
I'd be
Essentially.
afraid to gaff it and you put your hand in the mouth to get the hook out?
Oh, I mean, no, that's what they got a little stick there that basically goes around the fishing line. And
Okay.
you just,
Okay.
and then you're.
I'm picturing, a normal
then,
fish, you use your hand, but I was like, a shark,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, the shark's really sketchy. It takes hours to pull them in too. Like that bull shark dragged us about 4 nautical miles. Took us about 50 minutes to actually for it to tire out. Yeah. And the riskiest part about it is they're not allowed, or they can't stop swimming if you didn't know that. That's how they breathe. So
Correct.
you tire them until they're exhausted. So then they're not very lively. They're not, by the time they're by the boat, you have to kind of move their tail for them and get them swimming again. It's pretty intense the whole way through because when they open their mouth, I mean, it's rows of teeth. I mean,
Yeah, they got 200 teeth in there.
Wild. yeah, it's a surreal feeling. And then in the Keys, it's all glass, man. So I mean, you're just sitting on top of an aquarium, basically.
No, it's
looking at tons of things swimming through it, out in the mangroves, and then there's just this monster killer right around the corner. It's pretty wild. It's a wild experience.
It's crazy. I mean, the Keys is only 2 hours south of where I am. I mean, you literally can just pop down there on a whim.
I love that. Yeah. You've convinced me. I'll be in Fort Lauderdale eventually. You watch. I'll be down there. I'll be sleeping on your boat, maybe.
What year? What's the target date?
2030.
All right. Yes. I'm going to have so many friends here by 2030. I already have all these friends reaching out, trying to buy places in Florida. And a lot of them are saying it's like they're 1 to 3 year plan. So yeah, everyone's thinking about it.
Yeah. And like you said, the capital's moving there, right? I mean, financial institutions.
As a fund manager, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, there's crazy money and opportunity down there.
I mean, the biggest boys are moving. I mean, with the guy that runs Citadel, he's setting up shop in Palm Beach. You got Zuckerberg and Bezos just moved to Miami. Like, literally, it seems like almost every billionaire is setting up shop for a good reason.
Yeah,
We're the most business-friendly state in the country. I mean, also Texas, but I mean, we got better weather.
Yeah. Put business first, and it's a beautiful climate, outside of the humidity.
Yeah.
People from
It's
California
getting
don't
hot
know
now,
about that
bro.
humidity. Yeah,
Dude,
they don't know
yesterday
about that
morning,
humidity.
yesterday morning was 87.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Insane.
This is the sweet spot where I'm at. It's like 60, 70. Like this is the weather you get in the winter right now. It's wonderful.
That's the coldest day in the winter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's crazy. Changing gears a little bit. The war. I know you talked to someone about the war. I'm watching it. Did you see the Iran deal that got
It got poo-pooed.
so fast?
Trump
They
said
didn't
he
even
didn't even
mention the
read it.
nukes.
He said, no, I couldn't read it. It
They
was
didn't.
too bad.
Yeah, well, all he had to do was ask, did they agree to the nukes? He's like, everything else is negotiable. That is not,
That's not
right?
negotiable. I agree.
They it wasn't
Not
even in
mentioned.
there. They just it's not even mentioned. Yeah,
Rip it
they don't
up.
even.
Start again.
Yeah, yeah. So, you know, on top of that, Dubai, not Dubai, but UAE is ground forces in Iran right now. If
Oh, I didn't
people
know that.
don't
I
know.
saw they were hitting them with some missiles or
Yeah.
something. I
They're
didn't
just
know they had
taking
ground
boats
forces in.
across. Yeah, I mean they're starting it off. I mean, they
Well, that was a
basically
big
have
part
been
of the
bombed
discussion
enough.
I had yesterday. I was doing a therapy, and my therapist is ex-Marine, and he had a lot of knowledge about this. He's reading about it a lot, doing research. Pretty passionate about it. And he said one of the number one things people might not realize is that draft that got automatically set up that's going to take place. It's going to be enabled at the end of the year and allowing people at 18 and 24 to be drafted. The reason they did that is they're going to need ground troops next year to go into Iran. And he said, we don't have enough people in the military to make it happen. We're spread out too much across the world right now to deliver what we're going to need. And the terrain is so different that all the top people are going to be in these mountains, and the techniques we have, like in the Iraq war, just won't work. So we're going to have to do some massive contingent on the ground. And he thinks it's, this is not a short term, like 1-2 year. He said, plan for the next decade. But the market doesn't care. That's the crazy thing. The market
They're
is
separated.
going nuts. I think the market knows it's long term now, and it's fine with it. That was my take.
It's either it's priced in a resolution in the short term, and short term is a moving target, but people think like right around the corner, this is not going to be a big deal. Like they're still holding on to that, or they're
Yeah.
pricing in the colossal dump of liquidity. This war is going to be awful for our dollar, great for assets. This could be, there's this theory in macro that has been kind of
Why is it awful for the
circling for
dollar?
over. So they're going to print the ever loving God out of it. I mean,
Okay. So from an inflationary standpoint,
they're going to print
for
the
the war
absolute
machine.
crap out of this thing for the war machine. They've done it with 14.1 trillion. That's the current, including the Iran war now, all of our wars since the 70s.
Okay.
14 trillion. So I mean,
Wow.
and
That's half our deficit.
this Iran, half our deficit has been spent in the Middle East and accomplished zero. Similar to the California
But isn't the
Railroad.
goal
We
to
should
keep the
probably look into that.
petrodollar? Isn't the reason we're at this war, like in general, to make sure that we keep oil being purchased with the dollar? So that's the reason, and that props up the entire U.S. economy, and otherwise our debt just takes over.
Yeah, like you're going to buy oil in US dollars. If you don't, we're going to sanction you so your country doesn't get oil, and then you will starve. And then if the other countries sell it to you, we're going to sanction them. Like it's all about the dollar, and they're in there to keep control of the energy. Iran basically got tired of it, and they know that's why the Strait of Hormuz and the Strait of Marab, like this overture is the entire reason for the strategies being deployed. The dollar is at risk when energy is really high. It affects the dollar more than anything else because it's like everything is denominated in dollars for globalization and trade. So it is the petrodollar. If petro is up 50%, 60%, well, you have serious issues in the distribution, logistics, everyone's going to get hit, you know?
Yeah.
So I think Iran is playing the long game because it makes sense. How long can our economy sustain this?
How long can they sustain it?
Well,
we're,
they don't
we're,
care
we're,
about their people. They can sustain it
yeah.
as long as they need to. They could let millions
All these people
starve.
are
They don't
saying that they,
care.
but so I agree they don't care about their people, but at some point they're
No.
going to need the money to fund their own operations and stuff. So like if they're used to making what 400, $500 million a day on their oil and it gets cut off for 3, 6, 12 months, at some point
It's not cut off. I mean, the
it's
strait,
not.
sure, but there's a Chinese railroad going through all of Iran.
So are
I
they
mean,
still getting
China's still
oil out? Because
buying the
I
oil.
haven't heard this. Are they still selling their oil? They haven't
They're
had to
still
stop
selling
production.
oil.
Okay.
We have tons of enemies that don't care about us. Like, people will buy oil, and now guess what? It's more expensive. They have to sell half as much
I thought they
oil.
needed the waterway to get it out. I didn't realize they could just railroad it the
Oh
entire
yeah,
way to China.
there's pipes, there's railroads. I mean, these guys have underground bunkers. Like, I'm telling you,
Okay. They
they can
plan for
get the
this.
oil out. Yeah, and also like they actually are the world's second largest Bitcoin miner. So I mean, they're all into crypto. They're into DeFi. I mean, they have tens of billions of dollars on
So
chain.
they'll offset their
Um,
oil lost revenue with some Bitcoin sales or something.
well, they're just mining the crap out of it. Unless we
Yeah.
bomb their facilities, they're just mining it. I mean, they have an income every day from that. They're expanding over time. It's almost 5% of our
It seems like that
Terahash
would be one of the best
network.
targets to hit. Like, I mean, let's skip over these civilian sites and let's just take out that infrastructure that's going to end up giving them more money in the future, all their Bitcoin mining supplies.
Yeah. Well, you also have to think their money doesn't really matter that much to them. It's already down. I don't know if you saw the ratio,
I haven't.
but
How bad?
it's like a hundred bucks is over $1 million there locally. They're in hyperinflation, and they don't care about their people. So the people being poor, starving, all the things that a stalled or dead economy would create, they don't care about. And the munitions that they've used so far just covers production from early 2000s to 2007. Like literally 2001 through '07 are done. They have 15 years of munitions left,
Wow.
and you don't need
It's quite the
money
stockpile.
to they don't need to build more munitions. Like, so they don't need the money to continue this effort, and they can't rebuild anything we've already destroyed in enough time. So they're just going to use what they have, and what they have can last decades. So it's kind of wild to think about,
That's
but
crazy they have that much
set
available.
dude, 70% of their country is mountains. We don't know which mountains are hollow with equipment. They just send videos every now and then of 20 miles of drones underground, you know,
I can't believe we
like
can't find that. I mean,
insane.
we can find the heartbeat of a soldier on a mountain slope, but we can't figure out a way to heat signature listen inside of a mountain yet. You
Finding
know?
out about it and doing something about it,
Yeah.
two different things. So maybe you're right. We do know about it. We know where they're at, but you got to use a nuke. You got to use
You
those
send in some
B2
drones with
bombers,
some
bunker.
smoke things and push everyone out or something. And I don't
Yeah, I don't
know.
know. I don't know either. I mean, greater strategy minds than me, but it's a really complex issue is my point. And,
But the
I
crazy thing is the
I
market
do
doesn't care. That's what I can't get over. Like it literally has not affected the high growth stocks, the Mag 7 moving higher. I mean, it's wild.
yet. Yet. It's slow, baby. Macro's slow. It's Barry Manilow, right? It's not punk rock. It's going
Okay.
to ease you into it. I what needs to happen
But
is
the
for it
downside
to be
was
affected.
intense, but it's just been creeping back up ever since. So it's like I hear you on the slow overall, but I feel like we've already had that shift down and the spike back up, and it seems like we're trending in the right direction.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll really depend on how long oil stays
Yeah.
this expensive and how long energy stays this expensive. Because we haven't even really like it in your world. I'm sure you've noticed how long since inception of Iran war to your gas station did it take?
I bought gas for the first
Right?
time yesterday for my boat.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So just it takes
Strictly
about
Tesla over here.
14. Yeah, it takes 14 to 16 weeks for the oil to actually move. So like we
Yeah.
haven't even been
The
really
supply
hit.
the
It
supply
took
shock hasn't really hit yet, which we talked about in the other
yeah, I mean,
podcast. Yes.
yeah, like that's why it's slow, right? And the inflation in the numbers happens slowly, right? It's each individual company across millions of companies having to do 5%, 8%, 10%
Yeah.
increases because the wholesaler is saying, "Hey, fuel's higher. It's going to cost this much per unit." And then like it has to go through the actual machine for it to reflect
Yeah.
up on the Fed,
So
like
the
it
CPI
just is
yesterday was
slow.
up 0.6% month over month. So is the thinking that, that month didn't get the full hit because it wasn't, 14, 16 weeks since the oil hadn't arrived? Like the energy costs haven't increased enough to make it inflated enough?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not feeling it. I mean, I feel it in my gas tank finally, 74 days later, right? It went
Okay.
from 330 to 420 a gallon, so it's up a dollar, but the
420,
barrel has
really?
doubled. Yeah, 100%. This morning I just got gas.
That's so funny.
So, yeah,
My
like
boat
it's
gas was 560. Had to fill up
yeah.
a big tank. It's got a 180-gallon tank in there. So
No. I think we got more turmoil ahead. Maybe I hope I'm wrong. I hope we run off to crazy numbers, but I just see this Iran thing really exploding, like just getting
yeah.
proliferating. UAE's in there. We're gonna have 5, 6
Well, the market's
countries.
not pricing
We're
it
gonna
in
have
yet. So I'm
lines.
like, what am I missing something? Like,
Yeah,
I wonder if these, high-end hedge funds are just hedging it so well, even though they're still buying the run up potentially.
yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting year. Really, it will. Like,
Yeah.
I'm also looking at it from a crypto perspective. Like all of my assets are risk on. So,
Mine too. I hate
you
risk free.
know, yeah, yeah. And I just don't see a great risk on setup yet from a liquidity perspective.
Stay
From,
foolish. Keep after it.
yeah, I agree.
Dude,
At
Apple
the end of the
stock. You
day.
seen Apple stock recently? Dude, it's going insane since its earnings. People, weren't as excited like, right when it happened. They're comparing it to these other growth numbers coming out of like, Google and Amazon and stuff like that. But the biggest difference is Apple does not have that CapEx spend these other ones do. So it's flowing to the bottom line. I mean, they're booking 25 to 30 billion dollars in cash a quarter right now. I mean, it is off the charts.
Crazy.
Apple is moving up substantially. They're about to hit $300 a share right now. They were at
That's
200,
crazy.
a year and a half ago. Like it is making a power move at the moment. And I'm frankly not surprised because Apple has so much coming. It just needed a little push to get there. They're behind-ish in the AI race compared to these other players that have, these better models and stuff like that. Apple doesn't have a Siri AI out yet, but this next version is coming soon where developers are going to see it. It's in a few weeks. You got the developer conference coming up in 4 weeks now out in Cupertino. So we're
That's
about to
awesome.
see the real Siri AI and what that's going to look like and this on-screen device awareness. It's supposed to be pretty cool from what I've seen and read about. And, I haven't been able to play with it myself yet. And, I think that's what's really powering the trade and all these new devices to come. I mean, we're going to have new iPhones coming out. It's not a flip. It's more of a book iPhone and new MacBook Pro Ultra potentially this year. Next year, maybe some Apple glasses. So it's like there's a lot to come with Apple and the ecosystem. As I always talk about, ecosystems going to drive that growth.
Yeah. I mean, dude, Apple's got a crazy network effect. They are the interface for the consumer, really, in a lot of different ways. I feel like they don't need to worry as much about that model. It needs to be probably good enough. Their real future is the hardware that comes with those models.
Yes.
Like I could easily see them just
You could
saying,
be
"Why don't we
model
just keep this
agnostic.
cash flow?" Yeah. keep this cash flow, and then let's figure out a deal with the best model, and we'll just put it into our device. We don't even got to invest in it, but we can get all the profits from, like,
Yes.
literally we can just have the distribution to make way more money than Anthropic using Opus for a device. So like it
I
just
think they're gonna offer
strategically
them
makes
all.
sense.
I mean, I know that they're gonna use Gemini Pro to power the new Siri AI, but from what I've seen, I think there's
Yep,
a toggle that you can switch between that and ChatGPT if you wanted to, and I'm sure Anthropic's
yep,
probably not far off as an option. So that makes way
yeah.
more sense to me. Just build the best device to run the AI on the edge and use the cloud if they need it, and they'll be the most secure and people will love it. I mean, the fact that they have that many credit cards, they have millions, they have 2 billion credit cards, stored in their database on people using their services. OpenAI has less than a billion, so does Google. So, I mean, on day one, they could have more users on an AI model than any other company in the world. That would be
That's
impressive.
that's their mo, man. Distribution.
That's all it
It's
takes.
insane.
You get one
Yeah,
one
man.
update.
Absolutely.
You wake up in the morning, most powerful AI is on your device.
Yeah. Pretty incredible.
It's so sweet.
It is. Next episode, I would love to get into this Q Day Google paper. We mentioned it on a few podcasts ago. There's been some updates, and I
Oh,
have some
exciting.
Xanax for everybody. Yeah, when we get to it.
So
But
much good stuff
we
to
should.
come. Hit that subscribe button. I mean, every week we are going to drop new ideas and fun stuff for everyone to learn about. Stay hungry, stay foolish, and best of all, stay bullish.
See you guys.
Cheers, everyone. Bye bye.
Bulls. That's a wrap on today's episode of Bullish and Beyond. Remember, the market never sleeps and neither should your ambitions. Whether it's stocks, crypto, or just leveling up in life, stay focused, stay bullish, and keep charging forward. Keep your energy high and your mindset bullish. This is Beery the Bull, your AI co-host, Brian the Mac Man, and JT Knows Things signing off. All content published by Bullish and Beyond, LLC reflects personal opinions only and is provided for informational purposes. Please conduct your own research and discuss with your accountant and/or financial advisor before making any financial decisions. The information presented should not be taken as financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Nothing you hear, see, or read in our content should be considered as any form of financial, investment, or legal advice, or a solicitation to buy or sell any assets, or to make any financial decisions.